Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. जय राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधे. जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम. जय निताय गौरांगो जय निताय गौरांगो. जय प्रहलाद नरसिम्हा जय सुदर्शना. जय जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद. जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्रीमद् His Divine Grace अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय. जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट His Divine Grace भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद. श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय. मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय. नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय. जगन्नाथपुरी क्षेत्र की जय. गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय. वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय. श्री श्री निताय गौरांग की जय. श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय. श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंह देव की जय. श्री श्री सुदर्शन भगवान की जय. हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय. समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 7th Canto, 10th Chapter, text number 51. Sa Esha Bhagavan Rajan. Sa Esha Bhagavan Rajan. Vyatanod Vihatam Yashaha. Vyatanod Vihatam Yashaha. Pura Rudrasya Devasya. Pura Rudrasya Devasya. Mayenananta Mayina. Mayenananta Mayina. Sa Esha Bhagavan Rajan. Vyatanodvihatam Yashaha. Pura Rudrasya Devasya. Mayenananta Mayina. Sa Esha Bhagavan Rajan. Vyatanodvihatam Yashaha. Rudrasya Devasya. Sa Esha Bhagavan Rajan. Vyatanodvihatam Yashaha. Anantamayana. Sa Esha Bhagavan Rajan. Yatanodvihatam Yashaha. Pura Rudrasya Devasya. Mayenanantamayana. Saha Eshaha Bhagavan. The same personality of Godhead Krishna, who is Parabrahma. Rajan, my dear king. Vyatanot, expanded. Vihatam, lost. Yashaha, reputation. Pura, formerly in history. Rudrasya, of Lord Shiva, the most powerful among the demigods. Devasya, the demigod. Mayena, by a demon named Maya. Ananta, unlimited. Mayina, possessing technical knowledge. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. My dear King Yudhishthir, long, long ago in history, a demon known as Maya Danava, who was very expert in technical knowledge, reduced the reputation of Lord Shiva. In that situation, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, saved Lord Shiva. Please repeat. My dear King Yudhishthir, long, long ago in history, a demon known as Maya Danava, who was very expert in technical knowledge, reduced the reputation of Lord Shiva. In that situation, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, saved Lord Shiva. Purport. Lord Shiva is known as Mahadev, the most exalted demigod. Thus, Vishnath Chakravarti Thakur says that although Lord Brahma did not know the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shiva could have known them. This historical incident proves that Lord Shiva derives power from Lord Krishna, the Parabrahma. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. The people who are having eyes, who are having vision, and those who are blind, is there any difference between the two? Yes or no? Yes, there is difference. Achintya bheda bhed. Yes, there is difference and there is no difference also. It depends on the relative situation. Without sun, there is no difference. If sun is not there, then blind person and a person with eyes, both are blind. So our power of vision depends upon sun. Of course, now we can say so many secondary lights, but this is also because of sun. Sun is the source of all energy in the universe. So if the primary source of light is not there, nobody can see anything here. There is no difference. Just like a blind man suffers, life is miserable, person with eyes also will suffer. Similarly, knowledge is compared to vision because knowledge is actually, it enables a person to see things as they are. Simply eyes also are not sufficient. Mirage animals are seeing, an educated human being can also see. We can understand it is illusion, animal cannot. So the real vision means knowledge. So those people who are having intelligence, they are also on the same platform as those people who have no knowledge or no vision, no intelligence, unless they have got sun in their life. So what is the sun? The primary source of illumination of knowledge, that is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Kalau nashta drishamesha puranarko dhunoditah. Just like the vision is lost at night, similarly in this Kali Yuga is called the age of ignorance. There is no knowledge here. The revealed scriptures are also almost lost. Almost they are lost. But when the sun is there, everything is very clearly visible. So because of the darkness of this age of Kali Yuga, people are suffering. Suffering is because of ignorance. Puranarko adhuno ditaha. Adhuna means recently. This Purana has risen. in this material world, in this Kali Yuga, in this age of Kali Yuga. So that is why we have to take shelter of the scriptures, especially Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. They are like the suns. One should take advantage of these scriptures. Otherwise, if we do not take advantage, our situation remains like that of a blind man. There is no difference at all. So uneducated person will suffer, educated person also will suffer. Both of them will suffer. And that is what we see, it is happening now. So-called educated person is equally suffering. Otherwise, what is the sign of an educated person? The sign of educated person is that he will not lament. Gatasuya gatasuscha nanushocanti panditaha. Arjuna was giving various logics and reasons. He was presenting himself as a very smart man, very intelligent man. But then after all these arguments and reasons, what was the end result? That he was lamenting, he was crying. His limbs were quivering, his voice was choking up, and he was almost in tears. Skin was burning. This was the situation of Arjuna. So thus Krishna immediately chastised him that Pragyavadansha Bhashase, you are talking like a very learned man, but you are lamenting. This lamentation is not meant for a learned man. That is a symptom of a learned man, that he does not lament. Everything has got a symptom. So what is the symptom of education? The symptom is such a person will not lament, one who is educated. Pandita means scholar, one who is scholarly, one who has really acquired knowledge, he will not. You have read so many books, unlimited books, but those books are wrong knowledge. That will not help us. Even though we have read millions of books. So people are very fond of reading books, and they share also. This year I finished these many books. Every week I finish a book. But then these books are not making us happy. That means that is ignorance. And thus we can see the so-called people, learned people, they are also suffering. Rather, they are suffering more. So that is why this famous book is written by an alumnus of Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He passed out from the same college, and then he saw that the people were in great distress in the number one college of the world. So then he was wondering that we are supposed to be most successful people. We are there in the best university of the world. Then why we are still suffering? Why we are not happy? Rather, we are more miserable than others. And then he has composed this book on happiness, which is also another ignorance, but less ignorant than others who are suffering. At least he's questioning that why we are suffering here. So thus we can see the whole world is in darkness because they do not have real knowledge. So that is why in order to become happy, we have to have the real education. So it is very, very important that we take shelter of these scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and follow it also very, very nicely, very precisely. So the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam here enlightens us. Why the taking shelter of Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, we become happy? Because they explain truth, absolute truth. So here Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is explaining that what is absolute truth. So there is confusion. In the previous class, we discussed how Narad Muni is explaining even demigods like Brahma and Shiva are not able to fully comprehend or explain your glories. That is the position of Lord Krishna. And now he is giving evidence to ascertain the topmost position of Lord Krishna. So even Lord Brahma could not understand. Lord Brahma also got confused many times. He got confused in the Brahma Vimohan Leela, which happened when he kidnapped the friends of Krishna. It happened also when he went to Dwarka. And the gatekeeper asked, "Who are you, sir?" "I am Brahma." So he went to Krishna. Krishna, Brahma has come. So Krishna told, "Which Brahma has come?" Ask him, "Which Brahma?" So doorman comes out. He asks, Krishna is asking, "Which Brahma you are?" Brahma got puzzled. Is there anyone else, any other Brahma also? And he told, four-headed Brahma. He is having four heads. So please tell Krishna, four-headed Brahma has come, father of Kumaras. So then they conveyed to Lord Krishna, thus he was allowed inside. So he glorified Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna also praised him. And so Brahma was having little pride that this entire universe is in my control and Krishna has come here in my kingdom. He was little proud that, see, in my control, Krishna is living in a city in Dwarka, in this universe. So Krishna wanted to destroy the pride. So he also glorified Brahma. And then he asked, so my dear Lord Brahma, why have you come here? Well, I will definitely tell that. Before that, I have a question. Okay, what is that? So you asked, which Lord Brahma when I was there on the gate? Is there any other Brahma also in this world? So Krishna smiled and then he closed his eyes. And then, in a fraction of moment, there were many, many millions of Brahmas there. And they were very, very huge. Our Brahma appeared like a small ant or mosquito in front of those Brahmas who were like big elephants. And who is Brahma? How large is Brahma? Brahma appears on the top of a lotus, which comes out of the navel of Lord Vishnu. And within the stem of that lotus, all the planets of this universe, they are situated. All the planets of the universe are situated in the stem of lotus, and top of lotus Brahma has appeared. And this Brahma appeared like small mosquito. So we can imagine what was the size of those Brahmas. So then Lord Krishna told Brahma, you are Brahma of smallest universe. Your universe is smallest in this material world. So thus you have only 4 heads. So then Lord Brahma told, if people tell that I understand Krishna, today I confess I do not know anything about Krishna. I have no idea. Let the people think whatever they want to. As far as I am concerned, I do not know your glories. So when Lord Brahma cannot understand what is our position, can we understand about Supreme Lord? It is impossible. That is why Lord Krishna recommends the process of Buddhi Yoga in Bhagavad Gita. What is Buddhi Yoga? So Prabhupada very beautifully describes in the purport. Those who are intelligent. Okay, yes, I have understood. Scriptures are the sun. I have got the sun now. Now I will be able to see everything. Yes, so in one context, scriptures are like the sun, but it is very difficult to come to a conclusive understanding by reading the scriptures. It is very, very difficult. That is why it is told Vedeshu Durlabham. Vedeshu, from the Vedas, it is very difficult to ascertain to find the Supreme Personality. Person needs to be very, very intelligent. So those who are intelligent, yes, by reading the Veda scriptures, they can understand. But those who are not intelligent, especially people like us, intelligent people are devotees. So for devotees, Prabhupada explains there is no contradiction. They will read Buddhism, they will read Quran, they will read teaching of any acharya, and they will understand how same the supreme truth is the ultimate objective. Even though directly we won't find mention of supreme personality of Godhead in Buddhism, but the objective is same, because there is no question of understanding the scriptures by the people who are meat eaters. Lord Buddha came and taught basic morality so that they can at least come to the platform of Sattva Guna, so that in the future they can understand scriptures. So even though there are apparent differences, the wise men, who are the wise men? The devotees. They are the wisest people. They can understand how all the scriptures are having the same ultimate objective. They don't find any contradictions. However, less intelligent people may get bewildered. So, what is the solution for others who cannot do this? So, the solution is Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. One has to simply always engage oneself in the service of Krishna. Then what happens? Ultimately, we see Krishna only is giving intelligence. So many species are there. How they get the intelligence? Small ant, how it figures out where is my sugar? How small ant is able to figure out where is my sugar? And then they are able to just see this machine also. not in our control. So one doctor was telling that what is the difference between a living body and dead body? The difference is, what is the difference between me and a cobbler? We both are stitching skins. But the difference is I stitch living skin. So it gets healed automatically. And a cobbler is stitching dead skin. There is no question of healing. But I am not the healer. So we should recognize this healing power. What is this healing power? Who is giving intelligence to those cells? You have to act in this way. They are getting intelligence automatically. Bigger creatures, birds, insects, bees, how do they know? The mosquito has got knowledge how to detect blood. Where is blood? It has got the right instrument, and it has got the right processing units, how to digest it, how to produce energy from it. Everything is properly done. Proper intelligence, how to eat, how to sleep, how to create shelter. This is being given. So this guidance is done as per the activities of the living entity. So now also Paramatma notices this living entity wants to enjoy like animals. It will give an animal body. It will guide us. Okay, you want to become like animal? It will guide us to more animalistic tendencies. Okay, become animal. You want to become demon? Okay, act more like demon, become demon. Okay, you want to become Devata? I will guide you how to become Devata. So the free will is given to us. As we take decisions, Paramatma guides further. So if we engage in the service of Krishna, then what happens? Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I give the intelligence by which he can come to me. So thus we can see every living entity is dependent on Krishna for intelligence. The bird knows how to hatch its eggs, how to go and sit on the eggs. Who gives it this knowledge? Krishna is giving from the heart. How to build the nest, Krishna is giving from the heart. So this complete knowledge is given. So thus on the same source we should depend if we want to approach him. By engaging in the service constantly, this is called Buddhi Yoga. So that is why, especially for the people in general are less intelligent in this material world, but especially in this Kali Yuga, we are highly unintelligent. Therefore, the solution is Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Always we should engage in the service of Krishna 24 hours. And if we are engaged in the service, Krishna will give live guidance from the heart. How to approach him, how to understand him. But nevertheless, Krishna is very merciful. Vedeshu Durlabham, from the Vedas, it is very, very difficult to understand. They are complicated. So for lesser intelligent beings, the expansions of Vedas known as Puranas, they help us to understand the Vedic principles in a more lucid and easy way. And such understanding is directly presented here. So here we see in this context, Narad Muni first he told Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma also could not understand. And now he is giving evidence also that please do not get confused that Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna are equal, although they are both extremely powerful, but still Lord Krishna is supreme. How that happens, he is giving a historical narrative. So he's telling long ago in history, a demon known as Maya Danava, who was very expert in technical knowledge, reduced the reputation of Lord Shiva. In that situation, Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, saved Lord Shiva. How he saved? Rajovacha kasmin karmani devasya mayohan jagadishituhu yatha chopachita kirtihi krishnenanena kathyatam. Maharaj Yudhishthir said, for what reason did the demon Maya Danav vanquish Lord Shiva's reputation? How did Lord Krishna save Lord Shiva and expand his reputation again? Kindly describe these incidents. So Yudhishthir Maharaj is inquisitive. How it happened? Narad Muni explains. Shri Narada Uvacha Nirjita Sura Devair Yudhi Anenop Brahmhitaih Mainam Paramacharyam Mayam Sharanamaya Yuhu. Narad Muni said, when the demigods, who are always powerful by the mercy of Lord Krishna, fought with the Asuras were defeated, and therefore they took shelter of Maya Danava, the greatest of the demons. So demons and demigods are always fighting. Why they are fighting? Why they are fighting? So what is the need of fighting? They can enjoy. Yes. Why they are always fighting? We see two parties. There should be reason. India, Pakistan fight for a reason. US, Russia fight for a reason. Yes. So there is this land which is called heaven. Not exactly land, a position in the universe. Heavens are of various types. Yes, they are more subtler. But these regions are very, very comfortable. Lot of opulences are there. The description is given of heaven that you go to any big venue, you'll find many, many wonderful cars. But what are these cars? Simply tin boxes. Nothing else. Nicely painted. That's it. But if you go to heavens, it is told Vimana Valihi. Vimana means planes are lined up, not cars. Just imagine planes are lined up. And planes are made of what? Again, some tin or titanium? No. The planes are made of gold. So golden planes are lined up. And how many? Many, many planes. Thousands and lakhs of them are lined up, are parked up. So this is the situation of heaven. And further descriptions are given how beautiful it is. So there is unlimited lot of opulence. So the demons, they want to enjoy this place. But they want to enjoy without following the scriptures, without following Shastras. That is why they are called demons. Demigods also want to enjoy heaven. Indra also becomes perturbed when anybody is doing tapasya. So in order to go to heaven to enjoy, you have to do tapasya. Just like here, you want to enjoy nice quarters given to ministers. You have to do tapasya, become minister, bureaucrat. Then you can enjoy government facilities. But if you want to encroach, then you are called trespasser, criminal, you will be punished. So these people want to enjoy, but without executing the requisite duties. That is why they are called demons. They want to fight, capture, and enjoy. They don't want to do punya to do that. So in this way, if we want to become happy in this world without following the Shastras, we are also demons. Yash Shastra Vidim Usrijya. Demons do not follow Shastras. This is the basic difference between na shaucham, na pichacharo, na satyam teshu vidyate. What has to be done, what has not to be done, they do not know. The demons, they don't follow. So I want to, just like Hiranyakashipu, he wanted to change the rule of the universe. Pious people should go to hell, and impious people, sinful, should go to heaven. He wanted to change the mechanism of the universe. So this is demoniac mentality. So anyway, that is why they are always fighting. But they do not know everything is under control of Ishvara, the supreme controller. So they will not be allowed. So in this way, Lord Vishnu always helps. Here also, demigods who are always powerful by the mercy of Lord Krishna fought with the Asuras. The Asuras were defeated. So when the Asuras got defeated, they took shelter of the god of the Asuras. Who is god of Asuras? His name is Maya. He is God, very expert in technical knowledge. Maya Danav, the great leader of the demons, prepared 3 invisible residences. Now, by his technology, he created 3 invisible residences which were flying in the air and gave them to the demons. These dwellings resembled airplanes made of gold, silver, and iron, and they contain uncommon paraphernalia. My dear King Yudhishthir, because of these 3 dwellings, the commanders of the demons remained invisible to the demigods. Taking advantage of this opportunity, the demons, remembering their former enmity, began to vanquish the 3 worlds, the upper, middle, and lower planetary systems. So, thus, they can create wonderful machines, invisible machines made of gold, silver, and iron. Then, what happened? Thereafter, when the demons had begun to destroy the higher planetary systems, The rulers of those planets went to Lord Shiva. It was very difficult. Demigods are powerful, but how to fight an enemy whom you cannot see? So they were invisible, all of their machines. They went to Lord Shiva, fully surrendered unto him, and said, Dear Lord, we demigods living in the three worlds are about to be vanquished. We are your followers. Kindly save us. अथानुगृह्य भगवान् मा भैष्टेति सुरान् विभुः शरं धनुषि सन्धाय पुरेश्वस्त्रं व्यमुञ्चत. The most powerful and able Lord Shiva reassured them and said, Do not be afraid. He then fixed his arrows to his bow and released them toward the three residences occupied by the demons. So Lord Shiva is extremely powerful. He need not see anything to destroy it. So he released the arrows towards those three invisible flying cities which they created. Tatogni varna ishava utpetu surya mandalat yatha mayukha sandoha nadrishyanta puro yataha. The arrows released by Lord Shiva appeared like fiery beams emanating from the sun globe and covered the three residential airplanes, which could then no longer be seen. So they were invisible, still they remained invisible. But why this time? Because of the flames which were emanating from Lord Shiva's arrows. Attacked by Lord Shiva's golden arrows, all the demoniac inhabitants of those three dwellings lost their lives and fell down. Immediately all of them were killed. But then something extraordinary happens. Then the great mystic Maya Danav dropped the demons into a nectarian well that he had created. The Asuras are generally extremely powerful because of their mystic yogic power, Prabhupada explains. So that is why here very nice word is used in the verse. Tayas prishtva vyasava sarve nipetu sma puraukashaha tan aniya mahayogi maya kupa rasek shipat. So this Maya demon is called Mahayogi. So that is why simply by being a yogi, a person does not become a gentleman. So there are many Gyanis. Ravan was Gyani. He was having great knowledge of the scriptures. And here Maya Dana, we see he is a yogi. What kind of yogi? Mahayogi, the greatest of all yogis. So simply by being yogi or by being Gyani, one does not actually become a gentleman. He remains a criminal and is punished by the laws of nature, or sometimes, if they are fortunate, directly by the Supreme Personality. So Asuras are generally extremely powerful because of their mystic yogic power. So actually Asuras are great yogis. They do lot of yoga. But the purpose is to get mystic power, but not to find Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, as Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. The actual purpose of mystic yoga is to concentrate one's attention fully on the personality of Godhead Krishna and always think of him. So what is the purpose of this yoga? The purpose of this Ashtanga yoga is to stop the external sensory activities and search for oneself within this mind-body system, and then search for the Supreme Personality, Paramatma also. So to search oneself and Paramatma within this body, so it is very clearly understood that I am within this body. And it is very clearly understood that I am not the body also. I am not the mind also, because I am here but my mind goes elsewhere and I am pulling back the mind. I want to chant very nicely, but my mind does not listen. Mind is going everywhere. So I am different, mind is different. I am different, body is different. Body is machine. Blood you remove, put new blood. Eyes you remove, put new eyes. Skin, everything can be removed, transplanted. Kidneys, liver, heart also is transplanted now. Brain also they can transplant in future. So everything is being transplanted. It's a machine. I am different from machine. I am different from mind. But where am I? That I do not know. I can only see outside. I cannot see inside. People travel in submarines. In submarines, they have, what is that device called from which we see outside? Periscope? What do we call it? Anybody knows? Manish? Periscope, right? So that is called periscope. From inside the submarine, you can see. But from periscope, can you see yourself? I have very nice periscope. Can you see yourself? No. Can you know where you are situated in the submarine by periscope? No. Periscope only allows us to see externals. Similarly, these eyes do not allow us to see ourselves or where am I in this body. For this, internal vision has to be developed. That is the purpose of yoga. Stopping external sensory activities and finding out where am I and where is Paramatma. And in this process, the living entity has to get liberated from the external influences. And when we get liberated, we get various mystic powers. On the path of liberation itself, we start getting powers. But this is not the ultimate purpose. The ultimate purpose is to see the Paramatma within the heart and then surrender unto him. But Danavas, they do it just for byproducts. Just like we study in college. Why? To get knowledge? Byproduct. Byproduct has become main thing. So this is the tendency of demons. They study not to study, but to get placement. I want byproducts. I am not interested in knowledge. So the ultimate purpose of yogi is not to attain the purpose of yoga, but to get byproducts, the mystic powers. They are satisfied with those powers. But unfortunately, people, just like we are discussing frogs, you cannot jump over it, that is God. So something which we cannot do, if they find anybody doing it, they think they are God or they are Guru or XYZ. The so-called yogis or so-called jnanis are cheating people in the name of knowledge of scriptures or showing some small powers. No. Mahayogi also is a demon, leader of demons. Generally, demons are very expert in this yoga because of powers. So by unfortunately doing such yoga or following such yogis, demoniac yogis, one does not get happiness which a person is actually seeking in life. The Asuras, however, instead of becoming devotees of Krishna, utilize this mystic power for their personal sense gratification. Mayadana, for example, is mentioned here as Mahayogi, a great mystic, but his business was to help the Asuras. Nowadays, we are actually seeing that there are some yogis who cater to the sense of materialists, and there are impostors who advertise themselves as God. Mayadana was such a person, a god among the demons, and he could perform some wonderful feats, one of which is described here. He made a well filled with nectar and dipped the asuras into that nectarian well. This nectar was known as Mrit Sanjeevaitari, for it could bring a dead body to life. Mrit Sanjeevaitari is also an Ayurvedic preparation. It is kind of liquor that invigorates even a person on the verge of death. So this Maya was so expert, you put a dead man into it and he'll come back into life. Dead man can be revived again. Of course, not eternally, but this was a Kal Mrityu. They died untimely. But ultimately, all the planets, all the bodies are going to be finished. But for a long time, a person can live. So these were the magical powers. Just imagine, dead man is coming back to life. So today is some yogi, let's say today somebody gets Mrit Sanjeevaitari and he brings any person into life. Will people not surrender unto him? Will they not take him as greatest guru or yogi? So this is called frog. Frogs jumped over a stone, could not jump over a crane. Crane is our God. So I cannot do this. Anybody who can do this, bring a person back into life, he must be God. So this unfortunate lack of intelligence that people have. Some extraordinary things they will do and they will think, oh, he is Guru or he is God. In this way, people get cheated. No. A person who is bringing people back into life, he also can be demon. Such powerful yogi. Then what happened? Not just they came back into life, but this Mrit Sanjeevaitari was so powerful that their bodies became impervious even to attack of thunderbolts. Thunderbolt can shatter mountain in no time. But when the dead bodies of demons came in touch with the nectar, their bodies became invincible to thunderbolts. Endowed with great strength, they got up like lightning penetrating clouds. They got great strength, and even thunderbolt, Vajra, became useless. Vilokya bhagna sankalpam vyamanaskam vrishadhvajam tadayam bhagavan vishnus tatropayan akalpayat. Seeing Lord Shiva very much aggrieved and disappointed, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, considered how to stop this nuisance created by Maya Danava. So Lord Shiva became very disappointed. What do I do now? He has created this Sanjeeva Itari. I kill them. They are invigorated. Lord Shiva became disappointed. Then Lord Brahma became a calf. Vasaschasi tada Brahma. And Lord Vishnu a cow. Swayam Vishnu ayam hi gau. Lord Brahma became calf and Vishnu cow. Then what did they do? And at noon they entered the residences and drank all the nectar in the well. The demons could see the calf and cow, but because of the illusion created by the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the demons could not forbid them. The great mystic Maya Dana became aware that the calf and cow were drinking the nectar, and he could understand this to be unseen power of providence. Thus he spoke to the demons who were grievously lamenting. Then he speaks very nice verse, Maya Danav. Devo suro naro anyo va neshvaro stiha kaschana atmano nyasya vadishtam daivena pohitam dvayoh. Maya Danava said, what has been destined by the Supreme Lord? Na ishvaro asti iha kaschana. Destined by Supreme Lord for oneself, for others, or for both oneself and others cannot be undone anywhere or by anyone, whether one be a demigod, a demon, a human being, or anyone else. So he is having this much intelligence. Ishvaraha. Ishvara means Maya demon understands there is one supreme controller. They may not know who is the controller. Or in some cases like Hiranyakashipu, even if they know who is supreme controller, they want to kill supreme controller. But it is common sense. There is some controller. The doctor can understand how is this magic. I just sew the skin, which is torn apart, and it heals itself. Nothing is able to heal itself on its own. No machine in this world. But this machine heals itself. This mystic power. How it is happening? And starts working automatically. There are so many systems within. Every system gets corrected automatically. What is this? Wonderful. Who has done this wonderful arrangement? There should be some controller. This is common sense. And then he tells. So whatever is arranged, destined by that supreme controller for you, for me, for anyone else, it cannot be undone. By human beings, by devatas or demons. Nobody can undo destiny. And here everyone tries to undo destiny. They want to work so hard that they can change destiny. And thus we suffer. That is why economic development should not be one's aim of life. One should be satisfied by whatever comes as per the destiny. By destiny, somebody will be very rich, born in a rich family, born with great skills. Somebody by destiny will be poor. So one should simply accept one's position and save time to revive one's permanent opulence, permanent position. All the comforts, everything is there. Wonderful life is there in the Vaikuntha. So we simply have to revive the position and save time. Do not unnecessarily try to do temporary economic development, which can anyway not be done. Whatever is there in destiny, that will come to us. And even though, yes, I could be destined for getting millions of dollars are also not required. We should take out only what is required for keeping the body and soul together, because more than that, money is useless. It does not give us happiness. Yes, you are entitled 1,000 gallons of petrol. Can we put 1,000 gallons in the car? Or let me put more. You cannot put more than the car is destined to take. Similarly, even though we might be destined for a lot of opulence, happiness we cannot change, cannot increase. Only for maintaining body and soul together, that much work should be done. Yes, if I work full 8 hours, I can get whatever is in destiny, but need not work full 8 hours also. If you can maintain your mind and body by working just for 1 hour, work for 1 hour. 1 hour. Balance 7 hours, engage in the service of Krishna. From there, we'll get real happiness in our life. So one should be intelligent. There is one supreme controller, and he should be worshipped, he should be pleased, and then everything will be supplied. This is intelligence. Yes, by working for 8 hours, I can get whatever is there in destiny. But why waste even 8 hours? Do I need whatever is there in my destiny? I could be destined for millions. Do I need millions of dollars? No. Senses can only be enjoyed till the extent we are just maintaining them. The moment we indulge in luxury, so we got to know one real life story that there is a family who are very rich. They visit one of our temples and they have a child who is less than 10 years of age. And poor child has got diabetes. So we can imagine less than 10 years and you get diabetes. Never in the life one can have a comfortable life. One can never have good food, a good temperament, whatever. So why this child got this diabetes at such a young age? Because the father thought, I could not enjoy when I was a child. We think enjoyment means enjoying the senses unlimitedly. So let our child enjoy. So they are very rich. They have, so they wanted to give all the enjoyment to child. So the mother was telling that our child was eating only chocolates. Chocolate was the only food. He will not take anything else but chocolates. Kilograms of chocolate he would take. And this is the result, unfortunately. Now poor child cannot do anything. He will shout at the parents when he gets to know what is the cause of my diabetes. So they wanted to help. As people tell, no, yeah, Krishna consciousness, why to follow? Let us just do good work. So please know what is good work. Krishna consciousness is the only good work we can do. Sense gratification is not. Unlimitedly, if you enjoy, you get unlimited sufferings in our life. Only for keeping body and soul together, one should work. More than that, misery. So anyway, so Maya demon understands. So he also understood. So this is the providence. As per the providence arranged by the supreme controller, we have to remain satisfied with that. Nobody can change providence. So one should remain satisfied. Yes, I am suffering. Let me suffer. Let me tolerate. But if I become Krishna conscious, then I can surpass this arrangement of providence. Then I will not suffer. Then what happened? Narad Muni continued, thereafter, Lord Krishna, by his own personal potency, consisting of religion, knowledge, renunciation, opulence, austerity, education, and activities, equipped Lord Shiva with all the necessary paraphernalia. धर्म ज्ञान विरक्ति रिद्धि तपो विद्या क्रियादिभि रथम सूतम ध्वजम वाहन धनुर्वर्मा शरादियत सन्नधो रथमास्थाय शरम धनुर उपाददे. When Lord Shiva was fully equipped in this way, he sat down on the chariot with his arrows and bow to fight with the demons. Sharam dhanushi sandhaya muhurte abhijitishvaraha dadaha tena durbhedya haro atha tripuro nripa. My dear Yudhishthir, King Yudhishthir, the most powerful Lord Shiva, joined the arrows to his bow, and at noon he set fire to all the three residences of the demons and thus destroyed them. Divi dundudabhayo nedur vimana shata sankulaha devarshi pitra siddhesha jayeti kusumotkaraeh. Seated in their airplanes in the sky, again the word is used, airplanes. Sankulai means many airplanes assembled together. So 5,000 years ago, Bhagavatam was composed. How somebody can conceive of airplane at that time? That there is a thing which can fly also, you can make such a machine. No. So yes, these are factual things. Sankulai. So assembly of various vimanas are there, various planes. From planes, they were seeing this incident, the demigods. Seated in their airplanes in the sky, the inhabitants of higher planetary systems beat many kettle drums. The demigods, saints, pitas, siddhas, and various great personalities showered flowers on the head of Lord Shiva, wishing him all victory, and the apsaras began to chant and dance with great pleasure. O King Yudhishthir, thus Lord Shiva is known as Tripurari. Lord Shiva is called Tripurari also. Why is called Tripurari? Because of this historical incident. Tripura means three cities. So these plains were very big, of the size of cities. So he set fire and ultimately destroyed all these three cities. Thus he is called Tripurari. The annihilator of the three dwellings of the demons, because he burned these dwellings to ashes, being worshipped by the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva returned to his own abode. Evam vidhani asya hare swamayaya vidambamanasya nrilokamatmanah Viryani Gitani Rishibir Jagat Gurur Lokam Punanani Aparam Vadamikim. Thus Lord Shri Krishna appeared as a human being. Yet he performed many uncommon and wonderful pastimes by his own potency. How can I say more about his activities than what has already been said by great saintly persons? Everyone can be purified by his activities simply by hearing about them from the right source. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports of 7th canto, 10th chapter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam entitled Prahlāda, the best among exalted devotees. So this is the last verse. So Narad Muni, he was describing the glories of Lord Krishna. So he appears like an ordinary human being when he descends here, but do not take him to be ordinary human being. This Lord Krishna is the supreme controller and he empowered even Lord Shiva with the power to destroy the three Puras, three flying cities, and thus Lord Shiva came to be known as Tripurari. So thus Narad Muni is telling, everyone can be purified by his activities simply by hearing about them from the right source. So he's so pure, simply by hearing his activities purifies a person from the material contamination. So thus Prabhupada explains here another very nice point. The devotee therefore must serve the Lord sincerely, and Krishna is always in the background to protect him, and if need be, to equip him fully to fight with his enemy. For devotees, there is no scarcity of knowledge or material requisites for spreading the Krishna consciousness movement. So thus we should also not try to become demons, not try to acquire Vedic knowledge or do yoga for getting byproducts. Today the world is doing that only. So we should also not engage in activities to become just enjoyers like demons without surrendering to Lord Krishna, without carrying out his orders, wanting to enjoy. Yes, we can enjoy. The demigods enjoy, but the demigods carry out the mission of the Supreme Lord. And because they carry out the mission, all the facilities and enjoyment is given to them. So in a similar fashion, yes, we are children of Krishna. Enjoyment is meant for us, but we should understand our position as eternal children or servants of Krishna, and thus engage in the mission of Krishna. When we engage in the mission of Krishna, then we are called demigods. It is very simple. Here also a person is called demigod if he simply obeys Lord Krishna. Vishnu Bhaktos Mrito Daiva Asurastad Viparyaya. This is the definition of demigod. Vishnu Bhakta is called Daivaha or Devata, demigod. Viparyayaha, one who is not Vishnu Bhakta, he is Asura. Very simple. So if we also just make the aim of life to carry out the mission of the Supreme Lord, then we are called Devata. Immediately we become Devata here.
And Devatas get all the facilities by the Supreme Lord. He equips themselves personally, it is told here. What is the mission of the Supreme Lord? Nothing but to spread this knowledge, by which everyone, all the demons, can turn into Devatas, can turn into devotees. So, spreading this Krishna consciousness movement, that should be the only aim of our life. We should save time. We should work just for maintaining body and soul together. Otherwise, even if we become as powerful as Maya Dana, we will not be happy. Even if we own a city which can fly in the air, we will not be happy. Even if we can create nectar, a technology by which dead men can be brought back into life, we will not be happy. So this is demoniac tendency. So we should just work just for the very minimum bare maintenance of the body. Use all the time, all the resources in the service of Krishna. But if I fall sick, Prabhu, if I just maintain body, I may get sick also in future. How will I save myself then? Hospitals are very expensive these days. So what is the need of maintaining the body in that case? Because anyway, another body Krishna will give. Yes, so there is no dearth of bodies. Rather, we'll get a better body. This is what Krishna told to Yudhishthir Maharaj, to Arjuna. He told, you are lamenting that Drona, Bhishma, they will die. Anyway, they have become old. And they are very righteous people. They have led very pious lives. So if they die, they will get very, very wonderful body, elevated bodies. So if we die or anybody dies in Krishna consciousness, then the next body is wonderful. So what is the need of preserving body? This is another anartha which people are having. If this body is finished, next body is assured. Assured. So what is the need of preserving this body? People do not know this foolishness. Poor person is just maintained on ventilator for 6 months. My car has got broken. No, still you remain in that car, drive that car, only broken car. So this punishment, you are punishing the living entity by the so-called treatment. What is the need of this treatment? That is why Prabhupada told, never take me to hospital, let me die peacefully. Prabhupada was, by Krishna's mercy, there was no dearth of money. Prabhupada could have afforded the best of the medicines and everything. But Prabhupada told, no, no hospital. Let me live here. Prabhupada told how to leave the body. There is no need for Prabhupada to suffer. But if you are having disease, if you have to leave the body, how you should leave the body? Prabhupada told this. So go settle down in the association of devotees, serve Krishna as far as possible, describe Krishna till the last moment, and in this way, remembering Krishna, describing Krishna in the association of devotees, we can leave our body. This is the right way of leaving the body. So, what is the need of unnecessary endeavor to maintain something? Unnecessary calculations. By this, we waste our time. Now we are in association of devotees. Every moment is valuable. It is going away. It cannot come back. We can make eternal advancement, permanent advancement in this life. So we should save time. In this way, if we depend on Krishna, Krishna takes charge of our life. Krishna takes charge, then what is the difficulty? Where is the difficulty in our life? So, thus, one's full time should be spent in spreading this knowledge, Krishna consciousness. And then we will be happy, and then everyone will be happy. And for spreading Krishna consciousness, we may feel, oh, sometimes we may think that let me do something else. We are spending 4 5 hours in chanting, hearing. Let us go out and, earn more money to serve Krishna. No, that is not required. There is no dearth of resources, Prabhupada is mentioned here. For devotee, there is no scarcity of knowledge or material requisites for spreading Krishna consciousness movement. Everything is given by Krishna. We just have to serve Krishna nicely. Krishna will give live guidance from the heart. As Krishna told Arjuna, they wanted to do yajna for establishing Krishna's supremacy. Lot of gold is required. Krishna told, go in this place in Himalayas. Lot of gold is there. And Arjuna simply got it. And Arjuna became famous as Dhananjay, who has acquired gold. What he did? He did nothing. He simply followed the instruction of Krishna. So in this way, Krishna guides the devotees from the heart if we engage 24 hours in his service. So there's no scarcity of resources, no scarcity of knowledge. Everything is given by Krishna. Only thing required is sincerity to serve the mission of Krishna. So these are some of the wonderful things which we understand from this pastime. So Bhagavatam is the final scripture, and Ved Vyas was dissatisfied. So thus one should not get carried away if there are apparent contradictions in some other scriptures. Prabhu, in this scripture, this demigod is described as supreme. In this scripture, this Devi or some other person is described as supreme. That is for a certain reason, just like we discussed. If a student is in 10th standard, the syllabus of 10th standard will be described as supreme objective. Yes, 10th standard is ultimate. If you do this, your life is this thing. Because he needs to focus on that at that time. That is crucial for him. Those subjects are most important. So that is why the stress is given on worship of particular demigods. And there is another reason. Another reason is to confuse the people also. So just like the demons were confused when they saw cow and calf and they could not do anything. Illusion was created by Krishna. So some people do not want to come to knowledge. They want to remain in illusion. So there is another purpose of scriptures, because the demons also can pick up the scriptures and they will come to knowledge. No. So Krishna is most expert. So the scriptures are written in such a manner that the person who wants to have knowledge, he will get knowledge. And those who want to remain illusion, they will increase their illusion by reading the scriptures. Just like the deity incarnation, Archavatar. Those who want to become devotees, they can realize Krishna by serving the deity. And those who want to uh, neglect Krishna can become atheist simply by seeing the deity. Oh, see, in Vedas they came and broke the deity. What deity will save you? You are worshipping the deity. So, yes, there's another purpose of deity incarnation, to make atheist a better atheist and to make devotee a better devotee. Both the purposes can be served. So thus Krishna does activities as an ordinary child to bewilder the atheists, and Krishna does superhuman activities to help the devotees advance. Both the purposes are served. Thus there is very nice shloka in the Padma Puran. It says, Vyamohaya characharasya jagatastete puran gamas ताम ताम एवहि देवताम परमिकाम जल्पन्तु कल्पावधि सिद्धन्ते पुनर एक एव भगवान विष्णु समस्त आगमा व्यापारेषु विवेचन व्यतिकरम नीतेषु निश्चीयते. There are many types of Vedic literatures and supplementary Puranas. In each of them, there are particular demigods who are spoken of as the chief demigods. This is just to create an illusion for moving and non-moving living entities. So very clearly it is told in Padma Puran. In respective Puranas, one demigod or goddess will be described as chief. What is the purpose? Just to create illusion for moving and non-moving living entities. Let them perpetually engage in such imaginations. However, when one analytically studies all these Vedic literatures collectively, then he comes to the conclusion that Lord Vishnu is the one and only supreme personality of Godhead. On its own, if we read one particular scripture, we will get convinced, oh, this Devata is supreme. There is nobody beyond him or her. But when collectively we read everything, then we come to the conclusion that Lord Vishnu is the only. Siddhante punar eka ev Bhagavan Vishnu samast agama. All the literatures when studied collectively, then Siddhante punar eka ev Bhagavan Vishnu. Then one is able to understand the Siddhanta. Eka ev Bhagavan Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the only one supreme personality of Godhead. All the scriptures when studied collectively together. So it can easily be done, right? Bhagavad Gita, we can read easily. 700 verses are there. How long will it take us to understand Bhagavad Gita? People are usually able to finish in 1 year, right? 700 verses. And Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata, which is having just 1 lakh verses. So to understand Mahabharata, few more years we'll read. And Ramayana is 24,000 verses. 1/4 of that we'll need for Mahabharata. Bhagavatam is 18,000 verses. 1 year every day if we read Bhagavatam, in 4 years we'll finish Bhagavatam. And Bhagavatam is medium-sized Puranas. There are other Puranas having 40,000, 80,000 shlokas. Like these 18 Puranas are there. And then other books are there, Tantras, Upanishads. So we can finish in few hundred of years. So thus, but if somebody is able to do it, he will understand. Who can do it? Lord Brahma did it. Alokyani sarva shastrani, he tells. Alokyani punha punah. He's having very long life, ample time, and very good intelligence also. So Brahma tells, punha punah, by repeated study of scriptures, I have come to the conclusion, Lord Krishna is the absolute truth, supreme personality of God. So if we want to save time, we can accept authorities like Narad Muni, Ved Vyas. They are the topmost authorities. Ved Vyas is telling Krishna to Bhagavan Swayam in his final work. After writing all these things, because they are confusing, he was dissatisfied in his heart. So how will we get satisfaction in our heart by reading? So that is why he composed Bhagavatam. So if we take shelter of Bhagavatam, we will also understand absolute truth, get satisfied. In Bhagavatam, this is clearly told. Ved Vyas, his guru Narad Muni, they have done research. Have we seen quarks, mesons? Have we seen that? Can we see that? No. Do we know what is cause of gravity? No, we do not know. Sometimes they will tell there is gravitational field that is causing gravity. And then they will tell, no, there is space-time curvature. Neither we see space-time curvature, nor do we see any field. We have to believe in authorities. If they are telling there is space-time complex, okay, it must be there. Space-time fabric must be existing. There is curvature, must be curvature. Or they will tell gravitational field, there must be field. I do not know. Within atom, there are quarks, subatomic particles, 40 particles. Okay, 40 must be there. Speed of light is 3 into 10 to power 8 meter per second must be there. I cannot measure. So thus we depend on authorities in every field. So for understanding absolute truth also, we should depend on authorities and save time. We can also do research. It will take many, many lives. So that is also one process. But if we want to save time, we take shelter of Shastras. So thus I request all of you, please try to read Shastras very nicely under guidance of Srila Prabhupada, bona fide spiritual master, and without hesitation try to follow. Engage all time, all money, all intelligence in the service of Krishna. Let us just maintain body and soul together. That much time we should invest, and then we will see. We'll understand absolute truth, Lord Krishna with conviction. We'll become very, very happy. And others also will be happy. With this, we'll finish. Any questions? Those who are reigning from folk residencies can take leave. I'll take some questions. Yeah. Yeah. Maintaining body is anartha. I did not say this. Okay, yes, a good question. So the question is, we discussed the sequence of executing Buddhi Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, as Prabhupada explained. So the first thing is we should maintain our body very nicely, keeping the body fit. Prabhupada told health. That is very important. And after health, next is chanting. If health is not good, how will you chant? You will die. So that is why maintaining good health is important. And then you chant nicely. And after chanting, Prabhu, my chanting is over. So any time of the day we have got, if at all we get some time out of our busy day, we should finish our chanting immediately. Ideally, before getting busy in Brahm Muhurta, we should finish chanting. After chanting, Prabhupada told, service. Assigned service. First of all, we should get some service assigned to us. Assigned service is the real service which makes us spiritually advanced. If we do not have any assigned service, engage in whatever way you like. But we should get assigned service. Prabhupada tells the first step of spiritual life is to cooperate with the people, the devotees who are already engaged in the service of Krishna. That is the first step. But if you do not have access to such devotees who are serving Lord Krishna, okay, you chant, you read, do whatever, then Krishna will guide you to devotees. So get your service assigned. So assigned service after chanting, and after service, then reading the scriptures. In this sequence, we should follow spiritual life. So the question is, we just discussed that if somebody is lying in the ventilator in the hospital, we discussed there is no need of such unnecessary maintenance, but health is first priority. So yes, health is first priority, but there should be regulation. If a person is about to die and is spending all his money, which he could have used for Krishna, he has spent for maintaining this body. Nobody can maintain this body anyway. So thus, over endeavor should not be there for maintaining health. In anything, over endeavor should not be there. So by will of providence, health will may not be good always. By will of providence, death is going to come. So we accept it. So regulated endeavor we should put. Yes. Any other question? Yeah. Yeah. So the question is, there are various avatars of God, and Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, they are called Guna avatars, incarnation of modes of nature. Modes of nature are energies. Incarnation of Sattva Guna is Lord Vishnu. Incarnation of Tamoguna is Lord Shiva. Incarnation of Rajaguna is Lord Brahma. So even though they are incarnation of these gunas, they are not affected by these gunas, Prabhupada explains. A jailer is there in the jail, but he's not affected by, he is not a criminal, he's controller of the jail. So similarly, Lord Shiva is incarnation of the mode of Tamoguna, means he is controlling the Tamoguna. He is not affected. Similarly, Lord Vishnu is not affected by the Sattvaguna. He is transcendental. He is in Shuddha Sattvaguna. Lord Brahma depends. Lord Brahma, it depends. If he is a pure devotee, then he is transcendental. Otherwise, he can be affected. Lord Vishnu is completely transcendental. Lord Shiva is also transcendental in the position of a pure devotee, but as a guna avatar, he is affected by it. Vishnu is always transcendental. Any other question? Yeah. The question is, we should engage in preaching, but we do not get the results in preaching. So we sometimes doubt why Krishna is not helping us. What should be our mood? So the understanding is, people are generally not interested in this subject matter. And so we should not be worried if we see people are not accepting. And another principle is the general principle. That is the principle of sales. You touch 20 people, one person may accept, 19 may say no. So we should be ready to hear that. And the situation is not so bad, I think. Here also, if we touch 20 people, one will become devotee. So we should just try to touch more people. That is the general principle of salesperson also. They also don't get discouraged. Somebody says no. Rather, when we hear no, we should become happy. We should count, okay, 15 no's, 90 no's. Now somebody is going to say yes. So the more no's we hear, we should be happy. I am going to find a devotee now very soon. So it should be other way around. We should become happy. Yes, now I'm going to approach. But we should touch, yeah, many, many more people. And another thing is, Prabhupada explains, sometimes Krishna may test us throughout the day, or knows only I'm hearing. So it does not matter. Why am I preaching Krishna consciousness? I'm preaching for my spiritual advancement and for pleasing Lord Krishna. That is anyway happening. If I go out on the field, if people take up, it is to their benefit. They will advance. I have anyway made advancement whether people accept or not. So I have made advancement. My spiritual advancement is happening. So I should be happy with that. Krishna is seeing our endeavor. And third thing is, to actually produce results in Krishna consciousness, we should be advanced in spiritual life. And that purification takes time, Prabhupada tells. One should be surcharged with Krishna consciousness. We should be electrified, Prabhupada tells. If a man is electrified, you touch that man, you'll also get electrified, you'll get shock. So that is why don't touch a person directly who is uh, having some who is into electric shock. Put a blanket or we tell you do this thing. Otherwise, you'll also get that electric shock. So, in a similar fashion, we have to be electrified with Krishna consciousness. So, we have to follow rules and regulations very nicely, Prabhupada tells. We have to wait for that time. And then, wherever we go, there would be results. So, we have to wait for that time. Till that time, our purification is happening. So, that is good. We are advancing anyway. We are getting the result. And third thing, sales principle anyway. We should be glad that we'll find someone. So when we advance, even non-devotees we can convert. Now in our stage, we need not convert. We need to find. Some people are ready to become devotees, just find them and get them into Krishna consciousness. Any other question? Online do we have? Yeah. Yeah, so this is the question many people ask because of so-called multiverse theory given by some scientists, that there are many, many parallel universes and we are existing in all those universes together. So this is not true for conditioned souls. This is true for liberated souls who are eternal associates of Krishna. Like Pandavas, Kunti Maharani, they are eternal associates of Krishna in the material world. So wherever Krishna is present in the material world, they are present with Krishna parallelly. They have expanded themselves. And they may not be conscious what other expansion is doing. They may not remember, they may not know. But for conditioned souls, we have limitation within this universe only. Always we are there. Can you please describe the position of Swami Sampradaya in Hindu Sanatan Sampradaya? Can we consider them as Vaishnava or not? Is there any spiritual references they consider Akshardham on a higher position than Akshardham? What is the explanation of it? The question is asked about a particular sampradaya. They tell that there is something beyond Golok Vrindavan and some theory. So, what is our understanding? So, such questions we should not discuss on internet, because if the sampradaya is not right, then there would be controversy, unnecessary enmity. So, anyway, everyone is trying to bring people to Sattva Guna. That is good work. Let them do good work. And let us try to spread the topmost knowledge. So, the knowledge is there in the scriptures. And like this, there are unlimited sampradayas, and we may keep on discussing which is right, which is not right. So, we discuss these principles. Now, you test, you apply these principles, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. So, if anybody tells my philosophy is topmost, so we can take help of the scriptures and request them, where is a reference given in the scriptures? Are they able to give some references? And we have to consult previous authorities also. We have to consult Narad Muni, Ved Vyas, Prahlāda Mahārāja, Bhishma, Janak Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, Yamraj. They are the authorities as explained in the Vedas only. So what are the previous authorities? Previous scientists have told something. The books of science are also telling the same thing. So thus I can understand it is right. In this way we can understand what is right sampradaya. You can test for yourself. And particular question you want to ask, you can ask devotees personally, because unnecessary creating animosity like this is not good. Question is how to understand Krishna and Prabhupada are happy with us. So if we follow their instructions, they are happy, and we'll feel their presence also. Prabhupada tells, if you follow the rules and regulations very strictly, you will feel the presence of my body. That is called absolute platform. When we meet any person, our loving relative, we feel so good. And on absolute platform, seeing a person, meeting a person, touching a person physically, or chanting their names, or thinking about them, or carrying out their instructions, it is all the same. Same means they give us the same spiritual experience. So if we follow very strictly the instructions of the spiritual master, then we are associating with the spiritual master. And Prabhupada tells, you'll feel the presence of my body with you. So we might be in very conditioned stage. Then we have to see we are following rules and regulations very strictly or not. And if we follow rules and regulations very strictly, regularly, then we feel presence of Lord Krishna and Prabhupada. We'll finish. ग्रंथ राज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की